Just briefly, let's touch on some of the anti-Asian xenophobia that's been kicked up for the past year. It didn't begin a year ago, obviously, but some of the most powerful people in the country decided that that was going to be their hobby for the past year. Let's talk about Donald Trump, who seemingly the only thing that gets him worked up about COVID is its nation of origin. So we want to show you a clip, and I want to be very clear in this clip. This is not Donald Trump from a year ago or 6 months ago or 2 weeks ago. This is Donald Trump from last night.
As I call it, the China virus, COVID.
It's fun. He's got a little nickname. He's got a bunch of nicknames. Sometimes at rallies, he'll go through a whole bunch of them. So look, we can't say for sure to what extent the national conversation led by the right demonizing Asian Americans over COVID specifically contributed to this, but I feel like it's something worthy of being discussed, Francesca.
No, yeah, and like I was saying earlier, I think that it does make sense that now the people are coming out more and they're interacting. There's gonna be more attacks on a group of people that have been demonized this entire time. And I think that oftentimes we hear that, oh, the China virus or Kung flu, and it seems so basic and stupid and hack that you don't really think it's like, it's gotta be more than that. There's gotta be, and this is the other thing I've been hearing, like, well, what is it? Is there like some secret Reddit, like thread that we don't know about, some 4chan thing, some 8chan thing? Like, what's going on? It might just be as stupid and as basic as Kung flu. It might just be as stupid and as basic as, well, let's demonize an entire group of people for this global pandemic that our government utterly failed at containing.
Yeah, and then pretend that, like, it's so weird because like when it can be used to attack China, it's something that they're very worked up about. Can you believe that China would do this? Why would the Chinese government? Why would the Chinese do this? But outside of that, it's being exaggerated. It's not a big deal. We don't need to worry about it. Really, no, you shouldn't do anything. You literally shouldn't even stand 6 feet away from someone. You shouldn't put cloth over your face because it's that little of a deal. But wait, the Chinese did it. It's a really big deal that the Chinese did this thing that doesn't really matter. It's really weird how things can matter or not. Like Tucker Carlson, for one day in the past few months, cared about the vaccine, and that was when they were going to give the vaccine to black and brown people, and he called that white genocide. And then he went right back to saying that you shouldn't take it because it's probably gonna do mind control for Bill Gates or something. But anyway, so they did this. The demonizing China, the Kung flu, and a million other things. And it wasn't just Trump, they used it casually on Fox News. The online right, that was like literally they thought the funniest thing last year. And it would be one thing if a year goes by and then, oh my God, there's been a lot of harassment and attacks against Asian Americans. And obviously this is the single worst day of it. But let's bear in mind that this wasn't the entirety of it. This has been going on. But people were saying it at the time that this is gonna result in that. And yet they kept doing it. And now we have the result. What are we supposed to do when they can so recklessly do something that is so easily, predictably linked to violence? And it doesn't seem to hurt them with advertisers. It certainly doesn't hurt them with their audience. Nothing will seemingly be done. They have a bigger audience than they did a year ago. And they're certainly, especially with Tucker Carlson, making far more money than they were a year ago. So what are we supposed to do when they're allowed to do this? The link is so clear.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what a lot of communities of color have been facing. I mean, this was also a year of massive police brutality, specifically against Black Americans. And at some point, you throw your hands up and you're like, well, what if no one's offering solutions? I mean, the demonization of the right, the like giant, everyone's Antifa and they wanna they wanna destroy us. You're like, no, everyone is actually incredibly far too civil, far too generous. Every time we're being asked to never link these events, it's a bad apple, he had a bad day, right? Like, what are you asking people to do time and time again? You're asking people to handhold racist murderers again and again and again. And many of those murderers are police officers. So never be surprised if people are gonna actually start to stand up for themselves. And I would argue maybe even start to fight back. But of course, I can't even say that because then the right wing will say that I'm calling everyone to arms. No, sadly, we have to rise above that. And sadly, the left is always better on that because we believe in that thing called human rights, But it's just, it is frustrating. It's aggravating, and the fact that we don't have actual justice, the fact that we need more investigation of hate crimes, that we need solutions that are not about policing, and we need to get creative. And look, I think this is not an aberration, guys. This is part of a defund the police movement, a refund other areas of our communities and of our lives. This is all part of that. This is part of the same rubric. This is also part of necessary gun control.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.